today I'm starting a new project out here. I've got this scrap piece of wood right here that from my kitchen counter build, this is where the sink was. And I actually had to cut out just a random hole in the middle of the section for the placement of the sink. So what I'm doing right now is making sure that this front edge, or this top edge right here, is completely flat. So I broke out my biggest hand plane to make sure that it's completely flat. That's pretty good. What I'm looking for is about a 20-inch flat section, and right now I've got about 28. So this will be really good to start with. I'll have extra pieces over here to work with later. Now I'm simply coming to the flattest edge right here, and I'm going to make a mark and draw the line all the way up. And then I'll just cut it. Now that I've gotten my side cut, I can go ahead and take a square real quick and just check to make sure that I've got a 90-degree angle, and this is perfect. So the next part I'm going to be doing is cutting out the top and bottom portion of the shelf, and I want those to be 22 inches long. And I'll just go ahead and do it the same way I did on the other side. I've got my main portion cut out. This will be the top and the bottom part of this shelf, and it's going to have the French cleat system involved. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this one to be 9.5 inches, and then this is going to be for the bottom shelf. The top shelf is going to be 10.25 inches long after I get this part ripped out. Now that I've gotten my top and bottom shelf part cut out, I'm going to go ahead and cut the front and back. And right now I'm just going to be using a 1x6. And we're going to just measure those out to be 22 inches as well. We're going to cut 2 of these, and then we'll go ahead and get the sides cut. After getting these cut and kind of putting them under here and just checking out the height of the shelf and everything, that was looking a bit tall. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is rip these 1x6s that I just cut down to about 4 inches in height, and that should give me about a 6-inch depth for the entire shelf. Now that I've got a couple pieces ripped down to 4 inches in height, I'm going to make the sides, and those are going to be 9.5 inches in length just to match that bottom portion of the shelf. I'm going to cut 2 for the side and then 1 for the middle section. So upon looking at this, something is not working out correctly with measurements. This is kind of what happens when you wing it and try to figure it out as you're going along. What is going on right now is that this is the same length as the top and bottom, and this is the same depth as the top and bottom, but I was hoping to recess this inside. Alright, so all the design changes are back in place, kind of where I kind of went wild with it and lost track of what I was doing. So what's going to be going on is I got 2 of the sides. I trimmed those down from 9.5 to 8.75. I got this one piece on the back side of it. This is going to be the top portion. It's going to actually have the French cleat on the back. On the front side of this, the front is going to be here with 2 hinges, and this is going to fold down like this, revealing a slot right here to put in hairbrushes and different things like that. Whatever else they can decide to shove in there and try to lose, that's what's going to go in there. And then they'll be able to still support everything on the top from their little boxes or whatever else they got in there to put on top of here. For the assembly of this, I'm not going to make it hard by any means. This is just going to be a straightforward box pretty much with a fold down front that's going to get hung on a wall with no supports underneath it. I'm going to simply be doing just glue and screw and all the screws are going to be recessed in a little bit, and I'm going to be using some of this dowel just to cover up all the screws. Well, I'm going to tell you what, this Forstner bit did a lot better of a job cutting out the area to be plugged than the other regular bit that I was using. That one kind of tore part of the side off, so lesson learned. I'm going to go ahead and glue and screw this top part on first, and then I'll be able to flip it right over and do the bottom side. So now I can just take this, flip it over, put some glue on this side as well, screw it all down, and then I'll just let it sit. This is just the beginning of the shelf. I've still got to do a lot of work with the face of it and getting all the holes plugged. Hope you guys enjoyed that big design change. It happens, you know, I don't write out plans. It happens. Be sure to come back and check out the finished product of it. Alright, so make sure to come back and check out the finished product of it, and I'll see you guys later.